Well, hello and welcome to probably the last stream for a couple of days. Because I won't be streaming tomorrow, and there will probably be no stream on Monday. But welcome back to another stream by the Shooters. This, probably won't be a massive one, but fancy playing something a bit different for today. I've been doing enough Minecraft now to kill a same person. So we'll have a quick bit of fun with some warships. It's about what time is it now? It is the wrong colour on this thing and very hard to read. It is 24:20, so it is 20 past midnight. We'll play till 1 o'clock. We'll have a few games of co-op battle, chill out, enjoy ourselves, get a few rewards, and then I'll go to bed. It's going to be 97 degrees on Monday. Take care, make sure you've got plenty of water, Raymond, and make sure that it doesn't get too hot for you, because tomorrow it's cooling down for us. It was 29 today, I think 29 to 31 degrees Celsius. It's supposed to be 22 degrees tomorrow. Hopefully the humidity will also break, because I'm not a fan of it being really, really hot. But we'll see how it goes. But hello and welcome to the stream, Raymond. Good to see you again today. I'm taking a quick break as well from watching the 24 hours of the Nürburgring to do this. And I know that sounds kind of rubbish to say, but it's been a pretty good race so far. So hopefully something super exciting won't happen while I'm doing this, and I'll miss it all. Nothing happened today, so no links. No worries. You had that one no news day in a while. Everyone's probably watching the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Not 24 Hours of Le Mans, what am I talking about? The 24 Hours of the Nürburgring, that's what I meant to say. Is the delay last today? No. No, it's not. It doesn't sound as if there's any real difference in the delay. I mucked around with the settings earlier. I might have to go back and re-muck around with it. How much cover news networks anymore? It's all partisan. Yeah, that's up to you. Generally, I don't watch the news on TV. I'll read the headlines, read the articles I see interesting. Obviously, when I'm got motor racing, when I watch the motor racing, so I don't really watch the news much at all. I've got biscuits, if anyone wants some.
Autopilot mode disabled.
Anywho. Think I'd use your soup as E would call it? What do you mean by soup? That was a good shot. Sorry, I don't speak the kind of drama news and that stuff. Not on YouTube as such, but there was I saw what was it? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes for some people. On was it Kick? I think it was. Right, I'm gonna turn this way. Yeah, some people would put in a challenge of like, sign this and let me do whatever, let me put you through some ridiculously insane challenges to win an estimated like $50,000. And as someone pointed out, estimated kind of equals it could be zero. That guy's really desperate to get that guy out because he died. Like estimated can equal A, lots of money, or B, no money. Like estimated can be, oh well, we estimated we could do 50,000. Actually, we've done a secondary inspection and we can't afford that much. But yeah, apparently they went in to do. I haven't finished watching the whole thing, but apparently they went to do these things and it ended up with someone being arrested. So it's going well for them. Before I burn up. The thing is, I think that's just become the norm now. Is that people are trying to find the highest possible, way to find view counts and such. And so, if it's shocking, we'll gain a lot of views. They're more than happy to do it. Right, because that seems to be where they're going at the moment. It's kind of all just, if it will make views, then what's the problem? It's a shame, in my opinion, because you set up the thing of, as long as you don't break TOS in a way that will get you banned. Even if it's illegal, people will do it. Again, you get people now that will do really stupid, dangerous things just for a bit of virality. And why is all I can say. You're not going to. Let's be fair on this. Obviously, me saying this probably is a waste of time. For most people that will go viral doing these things, you're not going to make it into a career. You're going to make short-term, short-term well awareness and everything like that kind of thing, which will be then followed up by you fading back into obscurity. You're not going to be able to monetize it. You're not going to be able to make a career out of it. And people will will see that got viral and it'll up the ante. So you're always in a race to the bottom to do the most dangerous, insane thing that will get you, that small kick of virality that might, emphasis on might, make you some money. And it might make you, again, in some cases, yes, it might make you some money in the short term, money that you could quite easily lose as well. But the thing is, you're never going to make enough for a sustained period of time. And I know people say, like, well, the way this way you're going about it, if you were to do it to try and make a lot of money, is probably not the right way to do it, because you're going to take a long time, not going to potentially make that much money all in all, and you need to get to a very large number before you're actually in a good position. But the thing is, I'm at home, I'm comfortable, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Unless something extremely, extreme happens, I'm unlikely to get in trouble with the law, kind of thing. Sitting here doing this. Going out and causing chaos could get you hurt, could get far worse to happen, and is going to get you in trouble. Why do it? Again, is the money worth it? Why just do the easy way? Just do talk politics, sports, true crime, and weather. The thing is that requires effort for example, you've got to find political. If you're doing politics or like news or true crime, you've got to find the evidence, the facts, the information. Write a script or have your notes, but have them as detailed notes so you can understand what you're talking about. You've got to have all those things set up. You've got to have rehearsed a little bit, to make sure you're not going to do what I do all the time here, which is say a few things and then pause, as I have to think about what my next statement's going to be, or anything like that kind of thing. Whether you've got to have information and understand what information is, and to an extent be able to, provide understanding potentially to someone. Like, I'm sure, Raymond, you could sit here and explain to me the current weather situation over the United States, and to you the map might make a lot of sense. Well, to me a rain radar makes some sense and a weather radar makes some sense, but when you start to show me the isobars and all these other things, I start to get confused because it's not something I focus on, so it'll confuse me. And nicest words in the world to people that don't have an interest in meteorology, and to those that haven't, for example, spent time learning in the aviation background, they might have even less understanding than I do. And I'm not saying I've got tons of understanding kind of thing. I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm better at it and blah 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 blah. So yeah, it takes time and effort to achieve, and stick-to-itiveness. For example, if I wanted to say I want to hit things, I could set goals, I could do this, I could do that, I could do the other, but I then got to stick to it and keep at it. And even if I'm having moments where it's not going my way, I've just got to stick to it and carry on. Whereas what they're looking for is that quick hit. You go in, you get what you want, you come out the other side. You want to get thousands of views very quickly. Go in, do the viral thing that's going to get everybody talking, and then go away and just hope that you get picked up. Is it a good thing to do or a bad thing to do? I think it's a bad thing to do. I think it's dangerous, and I think it also sets a precedent of just do. Those kind of things, and see what you could get away with. They should just follow first responders to a degree. Then you always have news on the police scanners or fire departments. Yeah, but the thing is, you've got lots of channels, like YouTube channels and such, that do videos about first responders. They do body cam stuff. They do video. I hate using the term but I just pause. Evidence on those kind of things, paramedics and those things. But again, that requires effort. You've got to use a police scanner, you've got to do this, you've got to do the other. Or you can go into a shop and make a retail worker's life a misery for 20 minutes or so, because everyone's going to come out and say, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this, that's mean, that's this, that's the other. But the thing is, you're talking about it, you're putting fuel to the fire, because you've got people that are anti-social, you've got people that like seeing people's days be ruined. And then to the extent, you then get the people that when, it's the, as I say, FAFO kind of thing, when they get to the FO bit of it, for those who don't know, using the accepted terminology for it on stream platforms, FAFO is fudge around and fudge out kind of thing. Let's say. When they get to the fudge out kind of bit, well, the thing is that they still, people like seeing that bit, and the thing is, if it gets crazy views and they then put I was arrested, video, I was arrested ... or run in with a crazy security guard at a shop kind of thing, or whatever kind of thing. Yeah, my story, my side of things. If they can keep that virality going, what they're hoping for is that they can get millions of views or any of these kind of things where they'll make, again, not loads of money. I think that's what they're looking for. They want to make it to where people, they'll make plenty of money kind of thing. They want to make that quick kind of money thing, and then they can then go from there and say, look how successful, brilliant and amazing I am. I've done really well. I'm, this kind of thing. And then they can, they think, I think they think because they see like big streamers and big YouTubers that make those, they do routinely make hundreds of $1,000s a month off of content production, and they see some of these prank channels and these things that may make a lot of money in a very short period of time. They sit there and go, well, I want to do that. I want to be that successful. I want to have that level of success. And they don't realise that the likelihood of getting there is slim, and the likelihood of getting yourself seriously hurt is much higher. The likelihood of getting yourself behind bars is insanely high. I should have shot there, should I? Oh, some of it went over. Wow. Have you heard any updates on the current conflicts between Russia and involving Russia and Iran? I haven't. No. I think that's just kind of. It's slowly becoming more and more background news. Not necessarily because it's calmed down, but because everyone's kind of sitting waiting to see what the next major thing will be, and just going, today more of the same happened kind of thing. If we're getting attention, and I think it doesn't do what it sets out to do. How much longer till his update? 2 hours and 27 minutes. Okay, you should be able to get all the way done on that one then. Let's take the Edgar out. Yeah, I haven't heard too much. Then again, it's a Saturday, and with the nicest words in the world, I think a lot of people that work in the journalism industry, it's a Saturday. They'd rather have the day off, personally. They'd rather do quick and easy things and then be done with it for today. So it was Sunday. Often Sunday's considered like a no news day because they'd rather have the quick and easy day, have the days off, and then come back on Monday. I know I'm now going to get a journalist somewhere come out of the woodwork and say, that's not how it works, that's not right, this, that and the other. I'm just trying to make a point when often on the weekends you sometimes see big news put out, but often you don't on weekends, and it'll be on the Monday it'll come out. And I say reports on the weekend, and we've only tabulated on this, and my process on it is probably yes, you did have to take time to verify it and plan out your things, but being that generally that can be sometimes be done in the morning or done for the next day. When I say reports surfaced on Friday evening and we're reporting on this Monday morning, is it because you wanted to have the weekend to chill out? Don't get me wrong, if you want to have the weekend to chill out and relax, go for it. I'm of the opinion that people are entitled to have days off. People are entitled to have a break, kind of thing. They don't have to work consistently forever, kind of thing. So, if they want to work like crazy, more power to them. If they don't want to, they don't have to. So I think we'll get more information on all this kind of stuff on Monday. Well, other people will. I won't. I'll be at work, so I'll get the stuff that comes through when I get notifications on my phone on my break. Well, that was a brilliant shot there, David. Oh, I've overshot now, I think. Yeah, I've overshot. I love this thing when you get to the high tier British cruisers, especially the light cruisers. You just hold down one button and indiscriminate spam of armor piercing comes in. It's my favourite when you get cruisers that think that they like, I'll just sneak up nice and close to the target, get a nice beautiful torpedo run in, and then you just start getting citadel hits. Because you don't do much damage, but you can rinse through someone's health if you start getting citadels. Oh dear. Oh, over there. Not a problem. Am I actually? No. Sort of getting somewhere. Just shoot everything into the superstructure. I mean, that's kind of the only place I can actually do damage. Just keep shaving off a little bit of health each time. See? I'm helping. Honest. Being I can't really hit him anywhere besides superstructure. Thank you. Ah, another one now of I can only really hit him in the superstructure and I can't really do much damage by firing on a... I half expect all this stuff to bounce off because generally when we hit the flight deck it all bounces off. Find out now. And yep. Boing. Nope. Nada. Alright. Let's put autopilot mode on and just start steering towards him and hope he turns, because if he turns we can hit him and actually do some damage. If he just stays sailing towards the border or stops like that, there's not much we can really do. Looking back at things now, was the war on terror worth it for NATO and the United States? I don't know. I'm not a political correspondent. I'm not a philosopher either. I'm not. That's a question for New Age philosophy and information like that. I don't know. I wish I did, but I don't. Did it achieve much? Depends who you're asking and what information you want to give. I would say it didn't achieve much, but then again, you're going to get people to say, well, what about this, and then this, and all these other things that could have happened. I wanted to make you laugh, and it worked. There was more kind of a concerned laugh. It's a hard question, that one, to answer, because it's so close to like current information, like for not exactly equal argument, but a close one. Like when someone can mention about like the Falklands War, was the Falklands War worth it? Ooh, that's a very awkward topic and hard to talk about. But most of the people that served in it now are, nearing the end of their life, kind of thing. And the status quo stayed the same. The status quo didn't really stay the same with the war on terror and everything, that kind of thing. And it is kind of, was it worth it? And I think you could get people making both arguments of both. No, it wasn't, and Yes, it was. And a major thing to add to that is, for example, when people talk about, you know, issues like that kind of thing, as has been said many times before, people talk about these kind of, the war on terror, and if you go and ask someone in the West about the war on terror, more often than not, it's a topic that will be dodged and will have people going, oh, kind of thing. Was it worth it? Oh, I don't think it was, and stuff like that. So it's a loaded, difficult, very uncomfortable topic to mention, and I think that it's going to be one of those topics that every time it gets brought up by somebody, it's going to very quickly be hushed down or talked about as a thing of we're not comfortable to talk about it. It's going to be like that for a very, very, very long time, because I don't think it's a... I'm not saying everything needs to be comfortable and nice, but it's definitely one of those that is definitely going to make a lot of people very uncomfortable to mention. And being that when this all happened, when this all started kicking off and all these kind of things, I was 3 when it was at its kind of, dare I say, the heaviest. It was between the ages of 7 and 11. So I'm not able to say with a degree of certainty because I wasn't old enough to understand at the time. Other fact I'm playing again, just yeah, I agree with you on that one, Raymond. I think where Senior paused, Junior pushed as hard as he could because he wanted to finish it. I think on the argument of did it make the world safer, the argument for that is no. That's the last of my biscuits gone, so I'm now biscuitless. What's your favourite classic warship class or nation? Oh, that's a good one. Probably cruiser. Cruiser's my favourite warship class because they're versatile and you find them popping up all over the place.
Autopilot mode enabled.
And there are some very striking designs of cruiser. Quite recently I've been looking at getting into modelling the IJN's cruiser force, and they've got some very nice looking cruisers. Obviously for the UK you've got Leanders, from World War II for example, you've got Leanders and the Town class, and they were pretty good. Obviously if you want to fight see, I think it's actually an Edinburgh class ship. You've got HMS Belfast moored in on the Thames, and that's a very nice one. Probably for me it'd be cruisers, and for classic favorite nation of warship designers.
Enemy force detected.
I suppose by that logic you're going down the thing of not doctrinally, not like logistically and everything like this. For example, to avoid the arguments of if I said like I like Imperial Japan kind of thing. Oh, well, they couldn't build enough warships, they didn't have enough fuel, they didn't have this, they didn't have that. Well, that wasn't the question you asked me. The question you asked me was to do with, do I like the ships? And that's an aesthetic choice. That's not, you know, again, I can say that I really like some of the American battleships, because especially some of the ones that were World War One going into World War Two, they're squat, they're tough, they're difficult, they're dangerous, kind of thing. They're not necessarily fast, but they're hard hitters. Where the hell am I going to... Oh. Whoever comes out of that angry-looking smoke screen over there will probably be who I'll be shooting at, because I think he's the only thing I can actually hurt. And I think it's a cruiser hiding in there. But Warship Nation? I could just be lazy on that one and just say Royal Navy. And then say, if I had to go for favourite ship, HMS Warspite, because it's a brilliant ship with a lot of very interesting history that did a lot during World War Two and World War One. And the Grand Old Lady is a very lovely ship. Right, quick, Edgar. Take that, Napoli. My favourite tank model. Hang on, I've got a few. Can I go down by favourite class? Oh, good lord. That was a lucky turn. Yeah, we're okay. Can I go down by... Who the... Oh, did I hit... Oh, I hit him by mistake. Sorry. I didn't mean to. I was shooting at someone else. I didn't mean to... Ow! Oh. Oh. I'll count that as karma. I'd say the USS Constitution is a very battle-hardened ship. Yeah. Well... Yeah, I could go with that as well, like again with Belfast or HMS Victory, because Victory obviously served at the Battle of Trafalgar and was a very long-serving ship of the line. And you've got, of course, Belfast that served during World War Two. I mean, there's another one I'd love to go and see sometime called HMS Caroline, which served at the biggest battle by tonnage in history. Hello, Luke. Welcome to my sinking ship. But yeah, going back to what I was saying with HMS Caroline, it was at the Battle of Jutland, or Jutland, I think is what you're supposed to say it. But obviously, being British and not speaking like those of the continent do, it's Jutland. And obviously, well, Caroline is I think the last surviving warship from the Battle of Jutland. So if you want a bit of history, you need to go over to Northern Ireland to go and see it. How are you doing today, Luke? This evening. Oh no, that's Jimmy Broadbent's car, I think, being in the pit stop. If any of you guys like sim racing, know who Jimmy Broadbent is, I presume if you're here, you're probably not interested in it. He's at the 24 Hours of the Nürburgring competing. We good. That's good to hear, Luke. We're currently talking about what our favourite warships are. Well, warships slash tanks. And I'm sure the next one will be what's my favourite kind of warplane. Again, going back to the favourite tank, if you want to go down what one is the most aesthetically cool looking tank, or you want to go any of those kind of arguments, you just pick Centurion or Chieftain, and you win, because they both look very good. And when people want to pull out the top trumps list of what did this tank do, what did that tank do, blah 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 blah, well, you come up with the argument. People just want the argument and go, well, you know, if you want to go on the top trunks argument, the best tank of the 1940s into the 50s was the Centurion tank. And there's no arguments against that. Okay, you could put them in 17 different arguments kind of thing, but the best overall design was the Centurion tank. You could then say that Chieftain, besides the horrible engine they put in it, was the best tank of the 60s into the 70s. I think it was 60s, I don't remember 70s actually with Chieftain. But this is the thing. When people say what's your favourite, do you go for most efficient, most effective, or just the most whoa, that's a huge wah kind of tank? Like you can say, like when people say, would you visit any 9/11 first response vehicles in a museum? I'm someone that likes going to museums, Raymond, so yes, kind of thing. If it's a museum with good information in it, then yeah, sure. Maybe I'm a weird person, but I'm more in the argument of I like learning things. I like learning stuff. I like having information at my fingertips that I can use to expand my knowledge. So what's your favourite kind of tank then, Raymond and Luke? Have you got one? And when I say favourite, please don't go down the thing of what are the parameters. Just tell me what your favourite tank is. I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. Because I've heard it so many times when people will sit there and moan and complain. But like for example, say I like the Tiger tank. Oh well, it was unreliable. It wasn't actually as good as everybody said. It broke down too much. It was too heavy to do this. It was too heavy to do that. Okay, I like the King Tiger. It was too late to do this. It was too heavy. It had the wrong drive. Blah 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 blah. They didn't ask you what you think what the best tank was. They said your favourite. In the same vein, I can say that, for example, between the aircraft, the jet fighters of the 1950s kind of thing, I can say that I love the Hawker Hunter and the Supermarine Scimitar. You got zero knowledge on that. Fair enough. That's fine. You know, go with things like favourite fighter jets of the 1950s. Well, I like the Supermarine Scimitar and I like the Hawker Hunter. Yeah, but they're not supersonic. Yeah, but they couldn't carry this, but they couldn't do that. I didn't say they were the best. I said they were my favourite.
Autopilot mode
Was he New York Fire Department, Rescue 4 in Phoenix and Ladder 3 in Manhattan? Yeah, if I ever do come over to the US of A, I'm more than happy to go and have a look at those. Then again, I've got about 400 museums already I want to go and see when I go to America. So, there's so many things I'd like to see and do, kind of thing. Yeah, there's a big difference between favourite and the best. For again, perfect example on that kind of thing. What's your favourite car? Could be a big argument. Well, for example, my favourite car is the Lotus Elise. I really like the Lotus Elise. I think it's very cool. I mean, if you want to go overall, like including all racing cars and such, my favourite's the Porsche 963 hypercar. It's just amazing, and I really like it. Though it's being tempted now by the Aston Martin Valkyrie Le Mans racer. I'm not a huge fan of the Valkyrie road car, but I'm a huge fan of the racing Aston Martin Valkyrie. I think that's amazing, and I know people would find it always going to strange when people say this, but I find that to be rather sexy. Go and Google the Le Mans, the Aston Martin Le Mans hypercar. That the lines of that with the wing and everything, that kind of thing, I find that a very sexy design. But what I say is the best car, and if I had to own a car, I'd have, at the moment where we live, the Volkswagen Up ! And the Hyundai i30. Anything like that, a small hatchback, is perfect. But it's not my favourite. My favourite's a car I can't afford and never will be able to afford, or is a racing car. I like the World War II German tanks, not because of the reasons why they did it, because of the speed they did. What do you mean? I'm confused with that one. Do you mean in terms of you like them because of how quickly they adapted and evolved, kind of thing? I'm going to take that as the argument of why you like the German tanks is how quickly they went from like Panzer IIs to Blitzkrieg. Then again, that's not really your favourite tank. That's your favourite tank tactic, I suppose, is the best argument for it. I'm not going to throw anything in your direction, but that's kind of like your favourite tank tactic. Tanktastic is a code for World of Tanks. And no, I'm not sponsored by Wargaming, so before you think about putting in that code, just know that it's probably expired, because I think it's really old now. What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Brace. 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 Oh, no. Oh, please slide through. Oh, of course we're doing very little damage to it. It's Soviet. Yep. Uh-huh. Thank you. Thank you, Zorky. Is there nobody over there? Oh, there is someone over there. Oh. I wonder who that is over there. Oh, this doesn't look like it's going very well. Ship is on fire. I know the ship's on fire, but there's no point in wasting my repair kit. On that. I said I'm not wasting my heal. Who do we go with? What are these? Oh. I'm going to take a punt that they can... Oh, he can't even steer right. That's going to be fun. That's a Vetsy Sawyers. No, it's an Ushakov. Oh dear. Right, so... I'll come back to that in a second, Raymond, because I think that's more kind of end of the world thing you're saying there, so I'll come back to that in a minute. Is anyone here watch Mad Max Fury Road? I'm beginning to get a thing of the witness me argument here. Because well, firstly, we'll leave him to figure out how to do a 3-point turn. And hopefully he can take something down with him. If we kill that ship, now there's 2 cruisers and 2 battleships to worry about. I think I can get alongside him as long as he doesn't... If I can stay relatively behind him, then peel out for an attack, we should be able to torpedo him and not die. Though, with him turning broadside to us, pointing all his secondary batteries in my direction. Please tell me he's coming over here to help us. Nope, he's just reversing. Right, I've been detected. Prepare for the incoming secondary bombardment that's going to really hurt. If we can get him sunk, then try and find those cruisers and sink both the cruisers. This isn't going to be easy, but if we can do it, it then leaves two battleships against two battleships and a cruiser. Who was that? Someone shooting at? That was someone shooting at me. So he needs to die, irrespective of anything else we're doing. He needs to go down now. How are you doing? Oh, are you two about to ram each other? You two look like you're closing in on each other. Those two are about to ram each other, aren't they? They're closing to ram. I came all the way over here. Oh dear. No, they're not going to ram. They're just going to trade blows at very close range. Please don't turn your guns to look at me. I can't really do that much damage to him. I can only really hurt his secondary batteries. That's all I'm aiming for. Come on, secondary batteries. Take damage. Stop shooting at me. Right. Right, this is either going to work really well or we're going to die. So, I think the Ushakov on our team is not long for this world. That's not a problem, as long as he can take something with him. But I think he's about to get focused to oblivion. This is going to hurt. Please don't put your guns... Ow! That hurt quite a lot. Right, gamble's worth it now, because we can't miss. But it's going to really hurt for a little bit. That should be enough. There we go. Right. But they took out the Ushakov, and the Ushakov... Did he take anything out with him? He did, he took a battleship with him. So it's two cruisers and one battleship against one cruiser and one battleship. There's got to be a cruiser over there somewhere. There's just no way that they've stopped. Those two cruisers that are... I don't know if you can... On the vertical mode you can't see it, but on the map, if you look where they're all unspotted, it is almost certain that they are closing. There he is. Right, if we can torpedo him without taking too much damage, then this will work in our favour. But we've got to then not be detected by a cruiser, and we're going to close the distance down on him, potentially under fire. This is going to be tricky. And, because I'm reloading my torpedo tubes on my starboard side, I have to attack on the port, because if I attack any other direction, I'm not going to make the move. There he is. Oh, no. That's ruined it. This is not going to work. He's not pointing guns the right direction, but he will be pointing right at me. Alright, let's run the gauntlet. Because we've got to turn... How much longer I've got to reload these ones? Oh, we're loaded, I think. Oh, game's in. Ow. I'm not going to make this pass. This is not going to live long enough, I don't think. Just got to live long enough to get some torpedoes away. No. We did what we could. Yeah, I saw that report come through as well, Raymond. BBC now reporting the same thing. So, potentially we are one step closer to the end of the world. If any of you have got, have been interested in want to take up smoking or drinking or anything, I think now might be a good time to get started because I don't think we've got much time left after this. Right. Please, just blast him out of the water. What's he actually doing? There's going to be a torpedo attack, almost certainly. Does he carry there? He's got 1, 2. Alright, so he's got 2 torpedo launchers on this side. That's enough to kill the Hanover. Oh, he fired 1 and hit that guy. And he's flooding, and he's on fire. I think we're about to see a cruiser outgun battleship. Yeah, we've lost. Yep, done. Yes, we just watched a cruiser outfight a battleship in a standout fight at close range. Let's have a quick look at the team score because I want to see what actually happened there. So our destroyer did next to nothing. One of our biggest battleships did next to nothing. Then that's a cruiser did next to nothing. Oh well, you can't win every game. Anywho, enough complaining about being beaten in a video game. Any more anime patches? No, I just got coal. Shall we do a low tier match to finish up with? They're usually pretty fun to watch. Where's my low tier stuff? Let's take... Ain't no way they got a battle pass in this shit. What? This? I mean, to an extent it is kind of a battle pass, but it's not... You can spend money to unlock everything. But I don't see the point in doing so. It's not like in other games where it's like, you know, you don't have to pay money to get into it. You kind of do at some points, but £3 to unlock all the stuff down the bottom here, kind of thing. Thing is, it's a free-to-play game, so the main way they make their money is in the premium stuff, kind of thing. But it's not as aggressive as other games I've seen. That's kind of saying like that snake that bit you is less venomous than the other ones, but still. Because the thing you can say on that, the battle pass kind of thing is that will, when this one finishes, give it like a week and there'll be another one. But yeah, most of it you can just do by unlocking stuff by playing the game. Again, I suppose that encourages you to get premium accounts and such. We'll take the dreadnought out. So, for those who you're doing PvP or bots, bots for the moment, because the last time I did, I was going up against humans, basically, because I was trying to grind out the British cruiser thing. And I was trying to do it all legitly. I didn't want to use any free XP, I didn't want to do any of those kind of things, so I was playing along, doing everything, and I was in, I think, the Emerald, HMS Emerald, and I got 3 battles in a row. There would be an opening salvo fired, and I think one of the ones that I just had enough with, someone fired at a battleship behind me, fell short, hit me, I wasn't even detected, got 4 citadels, and I was dead instantly. And I said, alright, that's enough of this game, and I walked away for about 2 months. I walked away, so I was like, do you know what? I don't want to play anymore in the cruiser, which basically, you know, is made of paper, is only equipped with armor-piercing rounds, which effectively, whenever you saw a destroyer, especially in the Emerald, you're kind of 50-50 between whether you're going to actually be outfought in a gun battle by a destroyer or another light cruiser. Sometimes you can't even penetrate the armor of a fellow cruiser, and other times you're fighting against another crew. Is that the Bellerophon? Oh, that's the Bellerophon over there. You'll be fighting against other ships, and you're not able to actually hurt them. For example, you're trying to hit them, and it's just ricocheting or won't penetrate, kind of thing, like that. Or not like that, but you know, they won't penetrate, they won't do any damage, and you're just sitting there going, well, the only thing I can actually do to hurt people then is torpedo them, which is fine. But to torpedo them, I have to come within range, and to sort of guarantee I get a hit, I have to turn in such a way as to turn myself broadside on, which is going to bring me in. I got lucky there. Yeah, I'm going to bring myself broadside onto a target. Apparently these guns are too high caliber for that cruiser's armor, meaning that everything I'm putting into him is just not doing any damage whatsoever. Now, do I go with the sunk cost fallacy, or keep shooting at him and hoping that improves, or do I change over to armor piercing and hope for the best? Well, I got 1 penetration there. Do I have any secondaries? I swear that oh, there we go. Ow. 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 Okay, that hurt a bit more. Is that Bellerophon? I don't know that Bellerophon. So it's not Bellerophon, it's Mikasa. Hello, Mikasa. Mikasa, by the way, the last surviving British-built battleship in the world. It's currently, I can't remember where it is in Japan. I think it's in Yokohama. I can't remember. But it was built at the Vickers shipyard. I can't remember where exactly the Vickers shipyard is in Britain, or was in Britain. Saw service in the Russo-Japanese War of 1906. Served with Admiral Togo's flagship during the Battle of Tsushima, which was the crushing of the Russian 2nd Naval Pacific Squadron, and by extension the 3rd Russian Naval Pacific Squadron. That hurt. And because of its importance to Japan's imperial efforts, they enshrined it when it was retired from service and decommissioned. It was taken out of the water, and you can now go and visit it at your leisure in Japan. It's been put onto, I'm very sure it's actually been concreted in, so it doesn't float anymore, but it's probably safer that way. Ow. I think ow. Did he hit me? Well, that missed. Is that not Mikasa? That's Kawachi then. Okay, ignore me. I thought I was shooting a different ship. How I thought that was... Oh, I wasn't looking at the appropriate number of masts. That's better. Now, I don't think in reality any battleship fights were that close. That's more kind of an Age of Sail style shooting there. There we go. Anywho, I'm going to call that there and go to bed. It was going to be a short stream tonight anyway. So thank you everyone who showed up, to Luke and to Raymond especially. I'm going to read a thing that Raymond just sent me, and I suppose on the same night that I argued that this is a no news day, someone of course was going to do something that was going to be dramatic and very newsworthy. If we're still alive by Tuesday, I'll see you on Tuesday for another, I'm not quite sure yet, it'll either be Minecraft or Subnautica. I'm going to try and organise it out, but if anyone who is watching who's interested, if you go onto my bio on YouTube or Twitch, join the Discord server. I will be putting out stream schedules periodically through there, what my plan is for when I'll be streaming next week. Just because then at least you guys know roughly when and where I'll be, not have to come find me. So I'm going to call it there. I hope you guys have a great evening, and hopefully we'll see each other again on Tuesday. Ta-ra.